All right, we're at the most powerful moment in our crew birthday app. We are going to wire up the for loop. And we're doing that because instead of copying this 11 more times, this name and birthday, and changing one little thing in there, right? We're changing this number, we're changing this number, and then we are changing these two numbers. And notice back here, when I changed on the labels on the birthday screen, when I made this name label 0, I did that so that the name of the label would line up with the index of the array. And that's going to be helpful in this next step. And this next step is a for loop. And all right, so let me first describe what the for loop's going to do. Instead of having us copy and paste all this stuff, the for loop's going to do this repetition for us. So I will delete these 4 lines that I added for Esther and Manuela. Let's delete those, and we're going to create a for loop that does that for us. And so we're going to write something in JavaScript that says, take these 2 lines right here, this set the text of the name and birthday labels, and do it 3 times. And here's how the for loop, the syntax works. You type the keyword for, then parentheses, and in the parentheses, you initialize a counter variable. That's usually I, so you initialize I, and we start it at 0, and then semicolon, and then we write a condition. We say, repeat this for loop until this condition is met. And the condition we want is I is less than or equal to, actually, what do we want? We want I is less than crewbees.length. Okay, so as long as that condition is met, the for loop will continue. And then after each time through the loop, you increase I. This is the incrementer. So we just say I plus plus, meaning increase I by 1. Okay, so taking this line and translating it into plain English, it is saying, start a counter at 0, then check, is 0 less than the length of the crewbees array? And notice the crewbees array is 1, 2, 3 items long. So is 0 less than 3? If it is, do these 2 lines. And then increase I from 0 to 1. Now it comes back to the top, and I is 1, and it says, is 1 less than crewbees.length? Is 1 less than 3? If it is, do these 2 lines again. And then increase I. Is 2 less than crewbees.length? Yes, then do these 2 lines again. Okay, so that's how the syntax of the for loop works. And notice after the third time through, I will equal 3, and it will ask, is 3 less than 3? No, 3 is not less than 3, so it will no longer do the loop. It will bail out, and it will continue on with our program. Okay, so the other key element, so that's the syntax between the parentheses. So you need the keyword for, then initialize the counter, write a condition, and add an incrementer, and then put the code that you want repeated between brackets, and tab it over to indicate that the code that's being repeated is inside the for loop, is between those 2 brackets. Okay, so now let's deal with the code that's being repeated. So we want to, instead of showing crewbee 0 each time, we want to show a different crewbee. So we're going to show crewbee I. And notice how that's going to work. If it starts as 0, the first time through the loop, I is going to be 0. It will show Julian. Then I increases to 1, so crewbee's I will be Esther. Then I increases to 2, and crewbee's I will be Manuela. So I changes each time through the loop, so it's going to iterate through this array, and it's going to show position 0, 1, 2, just as I increments from 0, 1 to 2. Okay, the other thing we want to increment is this label name. And this is a little bit trickier, but we will create a variable out here. We'll create var name label. And we'll also create, and we can just do this in a list, we'll create var birthday label. And in the loop, let's just say name label equals name plus I. So notice the first time through the loop, that's going to be exactly the same as this. I is 0, so it's going to be name 0. So instead of typing the string name 0 right here, we can put the value of name label, which is going to be exactly the same as name 0 the first time through the loop. But the second time through the loop, it's going to be name 1 and then name 2. And it will match these labels over here. It'll be name 0, then it'll be name 1 and name 2. Okay, and the same thing for the birthday label. So we want to say that the birthday label equals the string birthday, birthday, plus whatever I is. And again, the first time through the loop, I is going to be 0, so this birthday label is going to be birthday plus 0, so it's going to be birthday 0. It's going to be exactly like that. So instead of the string, we can just use the variable birthday label, the variable that we just created. Now this birthday label and this name label is going to change each time through the loop. So as I changes each time through the loop, the label changes and the Kruby array index changes. So I might have to watch that again to get that clear, but that is the concept. So we run it and we hit the go button, and this for loop buzzes through here 3 times and sets name label 0, birthday label 0, sets it to Julian's information, then it increments to name 1, birthday 1, and it increments the array to this object and sets Esther's information. Then it increments one more time, I equals 2, and so it's name 2, birthday 2, position 2 of the array, which is Manuela. So that is a for loop, and that does the repetition for us. So we'll come back one more time and finish this off.